Dank Pod Stash Hot Tokes number 5, back again with Daniel Johnson and the dirty ass hood of my hoodie from hiking around in the mud and the sticks with the dogs the other day. But yeah, fun stuff. How you doing, Dan?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Good. Angry still
Good.
over what we're going to be talking about today. Last week's
Yeah.
murders, double murder in actually even quadruple murder, because I don't think that stealing jewelry justifies the death penalty, but endangering people and whatnot, hostage situation, who knows. Either way, last
Right.
week was the shooting in South Florida. The police were chasing two jewelry thieves. I think it was the Miami-Dade Police Department, and they chased them into Broward County from wherever the fuck they were before. I'm not sure. Of course, Broward County comes back up again. But these guys had stolen about $3,000 worth of jewelry from a jewelry store. I had heard that they killed a woman at the jewelry store, but I haven't been able to confirm that. I haven't heard anything else about that. Have you heard anything about that?
I hadn't heard anything about that. Mm-mm.
Hmm. Okay.
No.
Let's roll with we don't know on that one, but they ended up hijacking
Right.
a UPS truck and taking the driver hostage. That was Frank Ordonez. He's 27 years old, and the chase ended in a busy intersection. They were blocked off. They couldn't go any further, and so cops surrounded the car, and there were all kinds of other innocent bystanders around in their cars, including families, and the cops took cover behind people and their children in their cars and unloaded over 200 rounds into the UPS truck, killing Frank Ordonez and also Richard Cutshaw, 70, a 70-year-old who was on his way home from work. And it's one of
Right.
the most cowardly acts by the police in a long time that I've heard.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, you can see clearly in the video they're hiding. They're hiding behind civilians. At one point, I saw a video where it was like the cop he grabbed a civilian who was in front of him, kind of maneuvered behind him, but like kind of kept him with him a little bit, and then
Mm-hmm.
kind of pushed him out of the way and jumped behind
Yep.
a vehicle. But it's like, why didn't you step in front of this, civilian here? You guys are supposed to be here. I know that uh, at least a couple of the vehicles had like families and kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's and then when you look at the aftermath, the pictures, they sprayed, like there are bullet holes in the top part of
Yeah, from top to bottom.
the right, just like they didn't care. And so um I mean, I can't, even if I supported the police, I can't see how anyone can justify it, but yet there are still people justifying it.
Yeah, there are. I want to go into a couple more details real quick. I'm not going to name the
Yeah.
suspects because they don't need to be named. Both 41 out of Miami-Dade County, but yeah, it's the videos are pretty crazy. I'm going to post a link from Live Leak of a couple different cell phone videos. There were so many cop cars following behind. It was crazy. I thought the video was going to be over about halfway through, and the cop cars just kept coming. And it was the article I pulled up on CNN. I know there's a bunch of others. This is just the first one that popped up, but it says at least 18 officers fired their guns in the UPS hijack shootout. Before that, I heard it was 19. I've heard anywhere from 200 to 500 rounds. I think over 200 is a fine estimate then. And if you listen,
Right.
if you watch the videos and listen, you can hear it. It is hundreds. It's absolutely hundreds. And
Right.
it's just
I mean,
crazy. It's just
what
crazy that they
oh, go ahead.
didn't try
Sorry.
to move people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's crazy that they, I mean, this is reminiscent of, what I think it was you that said this is reminiscent of what the cartels do to
Yeah.
people down in Mexico. They unloaded, and it was no regard for anybody else. and it was something. It was something out of a movie. Just they I think even they knew that there was a hostage in there, but they were so intent on killing these two men that robbed the jewelry store that they just didn't care.
Right.
And it was crazy. And then in the main video, I think it's on the passenger side. It's like the helicopter filming, and you can see the passenger side kind of. You're kind of behind the truck, but it's the passenger side, and you can see them just unloading. And the UPS driver, you can see him start like coming out of the passenger side of the truck, and he's tumbling out, and they're still shooting.
Oh yeah.
Like it's insane. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what was going through their minds.
Well, like you said, it looked like a movie, and they're probably thinking that they wanted to try to be badasses, like in the cop movies. You know, they don't give a fuck about.
Right.
You know, despite what it says on the side of cop cars to protect and serve, they don't give a fuck about that at all. We know that. I mean, what else is it going to take for people to realize that these are redcoat traitor scum? I mean, duly ruled by the Supreme Court that cops have no duty to protect civilians. They murder people constantly, especially, and murder people's dogs constantly, mentally challenged people constantly. There's no de-escalation. And then this is one of the bigger things, because it's just insane that they just rolled up and unloaded, and with no regard to the public whatsoever, which is who they're supposed to protect and serve. If it's not through your head right now that cops are fucking traitors and are not here to help you, I don't know what else it's going to take.
Right. I mean, as far as I know, they are currently on paid leave, paid administrative leave. It's just paid vacation. It's not a punishment at all, and there will probably be no punishment, because I've already heard reports that this is all by the books, and that's, I mean, if that's by the books, fuck the books.
Yeah, the books are wrong, and not only is this just ridiculous and cowardly, they had the gall to announce shortly after, what was it, on Twitter? They made sure to let everyone know that they did not have any casualties during this. Uh-oh. Got internet connection unstable. Okay, there it's gone. But yeah, they made sure to announce that they didn't suffer any casualties. Zero mention of innocents that were killed or hurt or anything like that in this.
Right.
That
and yeah, again, they're Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say fuck UPS too, because I don't know if you have their message up or not. You got that up ready to read?
Yeah, I can read that here. It says, this was a tweet, and I believe UPS deleted this after, but they said, "We are deeply saddened to learn a UPS service provider was a victim of this senseless act of violence. We extend our condolences to the family and friends of our employee and the other innocent victims involved in the incident. We appreciate law enforcement service and will cooperate with authorities as they continue the investigation." I mean, they literally just had one of their own murdered by the people that they're thinking. Like, it doesn't get any more bootlicker than that.
Yeah.
It's insane to me. And then also, I've also heard that UPS doubled down on their no weapons policy.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. The other, absolutely cowardly shitbag thing they did was put up a GoFundMe for Frank Ordonez's funeral expenses instead of just fucking paying it from a multi-million-dollar corporation.
Oh my hell! Yeah, give your business to FedEx, or give your business to DHL or something like that. These guys are scum. They're garbage, and I'm gonna gonna do my best to not use UPS anymore.
It sucks too because it's the corporate, I believe, the corporate higher ups and the PR and all that are scum. Because I've never met a shitty UPS driver. The guy that comes to my place is fucking awesome, super nice guy. All of them, like, and that's the
Right.
other thing too. UPS drivers, they have that whole Facebook group about the dogs they meet on their route, and they carry treats for dogs and things like that. They love dogs, and it's that was
Right.
one of my favorite memes was how cowardly cops are. They don't even have, the balls of a UPS driver. They just shoot the dogs instead of trying to, treat them like a living being. But now, corporate UPS is fucking it all up. So no offense to any of the good UPS workers out there, but you'd be smart to leave that company
Right.
anyways, looking
I
at
know
how this
nothing but good
was handled.
UPS drivers. Right. Yeah, I've known nothing but good UPS drivers, and I mean, in my experience, these guys bust their butts, and um, they're just, I mean, it's a necessity to deliver these things. They work long hard hours to um, but I mean it's sad when it's sad when and I defend business, but it's sad when these businesses um, cater to law enforcement, cater to the government that is there to um, make their life harder. And in this case, they literally did, um, even more so, and they're still thanking them. It's unbelievable.
Right. And speaking of,
Like, UPS is throwing all their workers under the bus in this.
yeah, absolutely. Especially if they're doubling down on not letting them be armed in their vehicles. Fuck that. That's
Right.
ridiculous.
Right.
Um, the another business that came up during all of this was Hoplite Armor, I believe Hoplite Body Armor. They had a really great message condemning the police for this and talking about everyone's right to speak up against the government, police, whatever, if they need to. It reminds me of that
Right.
meme. They had us in the first half because then after that, the CEO went down the route of saying that he's going to run for governor of, what was it, Montana? Yeah, Montana, and try to change things. And it's like, you were so close. You were calling out the cops and government and
Oh,
calling them redcoats and stuff, and now you want to run for governor and change it from inside. So we'll see how that goes. But
oh, that Lyman guy, he's running for governor.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's too bad. I
yeah,
would say I'm not gonna support that, but I still support, what he did. He did the right thing.
mm-hmm.
And I can be comfortable, giving my business to a company like that he's clearly more statist than you or I, but he did the right thing, and he said, and he took a stand against what was wrong and what most people what we all know to be wrong. And um, he got attacked, and he finally um, uh, I saw his long Facebook post, and
Mm-hmm.
he owned it. He said, I'm not gonna back down from this. I thought that was pretty cool.
Was that on the Hoplite Armor Facebook or was that on his Facebook?
I believe that was on the Hoplite Armor Facebook.
Okay, I'll
Um,
try to get that link
I
in the
would maybe I
description.
can maybe we could maybe you could have him on the show and have me on, and we could try and convince him not to run.
That'd be something, man. That'd be
but
awesome.
but no, I do. I'm glad that he did take a stand. I will support that. It was funny to see so many of these bootlickers, especially what was that page, Drug
Drug
Enforcement
enforcement
Cops.
cops, yeah, trash.
Yeah, they oh man, those guys are pieces of shit. And they went after him,
Mm-hmm.
and for they called him out saying that he was anti-cop and all this stuff. And I don't think he is anti-cop. He's just anti what those cops did and what he has seen cops do, which is, I'll take it. It's a step in the right direction. Hopefully move farther than that eventually. But yeah, they eventually. So yeah, drug enforcement cops they started leaving bad reviews, and it totally backfired on them.
Oh, they got wrecked.
Deleted their post, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and he's you said his last name was Lyman. I'm just gonna call him Lyman. He has been receiving death threats.
His description was Lyman something. I can't remember.
Something. Okay. But yeah, he's been receiving death threats, and of course people are going after the business and stuff. Yeah. They even put up a promo code. Hoplite Armor put up a promo code as like bootlickers or something like that, or no bootlickers for 20% off your order.
It was no boots. Yeah, it was no boots licked.
Yeah.
I'm like,
nice.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
No, he's very based. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. So that was a good thing that came out of that. Along with the rage from the way the cops did this, is just the absolute sadness that with Frank Ordonez and Richard Cutshaw being killed in this. It's just terrible. Grandpa and a father, and it's just really, obviously it's really sad when it always happens, but this needs to be a wake up call to a lot of people. And we actually have saved some people who are very far from awake, some bootlicking just douchebags that have left some pretty ridiculous comments on different posts. If you haven't checked out DIY Anarchy on Facebook, check it out and go to that. Find the post with hundreds of comments about this, because there's some serious bootlicking in there. But we're going to read some of these for you. You can start out if you got one ready, Daniel.
Also go to Shit Status Say, because I'm sure a few of these are on there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll start off here. I got one, and I'll say I got a lot of these from that drug enforcement cops post. Eventually they deleted it. So, but yeah, we got one from a guy named Michael Short, and he says the violent hijackers were felons on parole and had just robbed a jewelry store, hijacked a truck, and took the driver hostage. They fled from police and were firing at police and innocent vehicles on the freeway. The police had no choice but to engage.
Okay. Yeah, just straight up engage, nothing. And that's the thing too, that all these people, that was their main argument. Like, what else do you want the cops to do? And it's like, not take cover behind women and children and innocent people. You fucking idiot. But
right. Like, for me, I don't want cops to exist, but it's like there's so many other options. Like, what is this? Like, they were jewel thieves. What is this, like robbing a train in the Wild West?
Right, just start blasting. Yeah, no care for anyone else. I posted on the Enemy of the States. Yeah, I posted on Enemy of the States Dank Pod Stash the day this happened, I believe, or maybe the next day. I can't remember talking about it. And of course, calling out cops. There was a woman, Maria Rose Love, who came on and said the criminals in the van got stuck in traffic and started shooting at everything in their way to get them to move so they could get through. What do your keyboard tactics tell you that the police should have done? Just wait till criminals killed everyone in sight, or go after them? And I responded, they should have prioritized getting innocents out of harm's way, you bootlicking, mouth-breathing doorknob. And then that one's on Shit Stay to Stay too. That's a good one.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, like, how do I put it? I mean, it suddenly, we're in the wrong because, we don't want to, hurt innocent civilians, but they're not in the wrong because they're willing to kill 2 people and hurt all these civilians or justify it. It's bizarre to me.
Oh, geez, I didn't see this one before that you sent me. I'm going to read this one from Brandy Osorio Diaz. Stop speculating.
Yeah, she said.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, She says, stop speculating. No information on who shot who. The idling car victim, which would have been Rick Cutshaw, the idling car victim could have refused to give away keys. The UPS driver was probably shot by the robbers for resisting. This is very poor reporting, and all the Facebook keyboard warriors are going crazy about the police. So that's he's justified in being killed because he didn't give up his fucking keys now, which isn't what happened either, which you can clearly see in the video.
Wait,
That's
so
the other thing. I have the video that I think you sent
she's
me.
She's saying that he. Wait, who's she talking about? The old man getting shot?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you refusing to give up keys?
Yeah.
Like, wait, he was in his car, like, 50 yards away.
I don't know. This is shit status say, man. Who fucking knows what they're thinking? But
no, it's insane.
You sent me that video.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was able to snag it, and so I'm gonna put that at the end of this episode so people can watch it because it was on some random Facebook page and it could have been taken down. So I was able to download it, and you can watch it at the end of this. It's a pretty fucking crazy video. It's from in front of the UPS truck. I'm not sure what the directions were, but it's if the UPS truck were to have turned right, it's from that traffic right there at the 4-way intersection. And there's someone filming. You can hear everything starting to go down, all the gunshots, and all of a sudden a car hits their car, and it's Richard Cutshaw, who's been shot, and his car is drifting through traffic. Then driverless, obviously, because he's dead, and he runs into their car, and you see him in there. So it's a pretty good depiction of what happened away from the truck. And then I'm going to link a live leak page that has a few videos too from a couple different directions.
Right. I want to say that even if the hijackers shot the driver, the hostage, in the truck beforehand, and in one video I'll say I saw one shot being returned from the UPS truck.
Right.
That's all
you could
I
see
saw,
a muzzle
one
flash.
shot. Right, and that was it. That's all I could see. But even if they had shot him, he still crawls out of the car, and he still crawls out of the truck, and the cops continue to shoot him.
Yeah.
Even if they had shot him beforehand, the cops, it wasn't the jewel thieves that killed this guy that was in his car, the bystander driving, a ways away.
Yep.
So, I mean, it had to have been the police. They were aiming in that direction.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, and the other realization I had from all this too, like these fucking bootlickers that we're reading these quotes from right now, it's not, come big luau, it's not just going to be people versus police or military, whatever. It's going to be people versus them and bootlickers. All these thin blue line supporting pieces of shit, they're on the shit list too, and you're going to need to watch out for them. Watch out for them now. Even not in the boogaloo. These are the kind of people that would report you and would justify your death in one way or another by cops. If you got red flagged, whatever. So steer clear.
They're the people who put the thin blue line bumper stickers on their vehicles. They're the people who we all know these people. They would red flag you. They justify bump stock bans and stuff like that, and they're crazy. They're dangerous. They're crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to continue to read these?
Yeah, we'll leave it off with a couple more bootlicking things, and then you'll be able to see the video. It'll be edited in as part of this video. Okay. And then check the description for the links for more information on this as well. So go ahead. Let's read which one you want.
Okay, we got Alicia McKee. She said, "Stop blaming the cops on this one. They had to do what they had to do, unfortunately, because the suspects had no regards for anybody else and was shooting at the cops and others around them first. What are the cops supposed to do? Just sit there and wait until they're done? Tell them to wait until they evacuate the area? Ask them nicely if they can come out of the UPS truck and they will give them candy?"
These people, not only do they not know how to spell or how to use grammar, it just doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. I guess I'll read
those are certainly all words.
Yeah, those are certainly all words. That's right. Yeah, read the last one here from.
Well, it seems to be the common theme here is, what are the cops supposed to do?
Yeah.
I mean, well, the cops are not supposed to do anything. Come on.
I mean, not anything that
like
they did.
There's a hostage.
They had
Right.
50 cop cars, and if you look at the pictures of where the truck is in that intersection, you're telling me you can't pull the cop cars up in between the civilian cars and the UPS truck? You gotta get out and hide behind the civilians still in the cars. Bunch of cowards. But last one here from Tyler Jolly. The UPS driver may have already been offed by the jackers. It's hard to determine anything here, but at least the police ended the threat, where many more could have died due to recklessness of the jewelry heist suspects' actions. At the end of the day, the criminals robbing the jewelry store created this whole problem, and any blame for fatalities goes right to them. If they had not robbed a store and shot at cops, none of this would have ever happened, which is the same mentality that, Thin Blue Liners have with cops. They're just doing their job. It's not their fault. It's somebody else's fault.
Right. I mean, I would like to confirm if these jewel thieves actually shot and killed someone. They did obviously have guns, because we did see a shot being fired back at the police. But I mean, this was, we don't know what would have happened, and to say that they should have just unloaded and been reckless with their I mean, they unloaded. They didn't care who they killed. They were so intent on killing these two men that they did not care about an innocent man inside and anybody else around them.
Right.
And it ended up killing two other people.
Yeah, this is a straight up cartel style execution. Just go in guns blazing, kill them, and not that we're for due process as far as the United States, as laws in the U.S. go, but I don't believe that police are judge, jury, and executioner. And not only was it a cartel style execution, it ended up in the deaths of innocents. So that's your hot tokes for this week. Fuck the police. Demand safe streets. Disband the police. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking blue line bootlickers too.
Right. Get armor and defend yourselves.
Yep, that's right. Be ready to defend yourselves at all time. All right. Thanks, man. And we'll see you all next time.
Yeah, no problem.
Agáchate. Lo mataron, mira el tipo. ¿Lo mataron? Lo mataron. ¡Ey! Me tocaron. Agáchate. ¡Ey! El tipo le dieron y lo mataron. Y el tipo me chocó a mí, Seba. Agáchate, papá. Papá, agáchate. Agáchate, por favor. Mira. No, ya va. Sir, ahí. This is wrong. This guy need help, man. He need help. What happened? He need help. Maybe in the fire, with the control. Maybe this thing is one for one, man. He received one. Oh, call them. Yeah, he received one fire. Maybe the fire crossed. Yeah, he received one fire. He received. He need help. He need help. Oh my God. He need help. Maybe in the fire control.